the patience, the wish, the creation, and the faith within. Beauty, passion, ambition, love. I am pure guidance. Success, adventure, abundance, luxury, peace. Hi, and welcome to Pure Guidance. So, how are you doing, Cancer? I hope that so far things have been good and strong and solid. I've already meditated on your energy as well as pre-shuffled the decks here for you. So I'm going to go ahead and remove the first two. We're going to come back to these towards the end of the reading to help give clarity and focus perhaps to the reading. So let's get started. Okay, we have the Four of Cups already ready to fall into place here for you, as well as the Three of Cups. Patience is paying off, right? Patience is paying off. Four of Cups indicates that the more time you spend with yourself, the more time you, for example, meditate, or just making time out for yourself and giving yourself the love, the attention that you need, that your soul needs, especially if you've been through either a hard time or you've just been very invested in work and there's just a lot that has been happening for you, perhaps even draining for you, then please do make time for yourself, okay? Give yourself the time to take off, to kind of recenter yourself. And as you do, Three of Cups is indicating, both these cards are very positive. You are completely being supported by the power of the universe to help you get a little bit closer to whatever you're trying to accomplish. The Three of Cups indicates, people, events, circumstances shaping up in a way as to really support you and, uplift you to bring you closer to just that. So having said that, Cancer, let's keep moving forward with your reading. We have the Cups to start off your reading. So a lot of, water energy here for you. Going with the flow is probably a good idea. You might have your own ideas. You want to do certain things, but at this point in time, you want to make sure that everyone you're dealing with is on the same, they're on the same table as you, okay? We also have the Eight of Pentacles, all right, Six of Swords, the Devil. Eight of Pentacles indicates that some of you might want to change something up. This is to do with either career, education, or something related to your finances even, that you just want to shift things perhaps towards a different direction. It could be that you want to, for example, something as small as you're working on a project and then you get hit with inspiration. You want to change things, give it a different direction, write a new set of objectives or goals. And what's happening here is also that there's Six of Swords and the Devil, which indicates that people might not be on the same page right away. However, progress is indicated, okay? So that's interesting, right? There's problem solving indicated by the Six of Swords, which means that if you can kind of sit down with them and really just talk to them about why do you want to do what you want to do, give it good reasoning, really back it up with good evidence, then definitely you can reach a, solution with the people you're working with. Especially if we want to, change things up a little bit. The Devil indicates struggle. So that's why I was saying they might not be on the same page right away. Might take a little bit of more effort on your end. Things get a little bit shaky. We have a lot of planetary placement in Capricorn. The Devil is also representative of the zodiac sign of Capricorn. So there is a hint of that here as well. So let's talk about it. All right, May 2nd, we have Mercury in Aries squaring with Pluto in Capricorn and trining with Jupiter in Sagittarius. So that's where a lot of the opposing energy may be. So if you can hold off having that discussion until perhaps the second week, okay, that's probably better. It's probably better because we have Venus in Aries trining with Jupiter in Sagittarius and squaring with Pluto in Capricorn. So it does give a little bit of more boost to the energy that's surrounding you, and people might be more so on the same page by that time. If not, 11th of May is a good timing for that. Sun is in Taurus, trining with Saturn in Capricorn. And that's the perfect time to be, planning ahead, moving forward with a decision of your choice, or at least discussing it with people around you. All right, a few more cards fell into place. We have here the Seven of Wands. So there is a power struggle indicated by the cards. You might have a really good idea, like I mentioned, Cancer, but you might want to hold off before you share it, okay? There is a power battle. There's a struggle right there. But there's also the Ace of Cups, okay? Let's see what else is here. We have Ace of Cups, the Five of Cups, Temperance, the Hanged Man, and Judgment. If you love your idea, if you love this shift in energy, the change that you wish to accomplish, then by all means go for it. But the longer you wait in the month of May, the better it may be for you as you move forward with that decision. Five of Cups here is also indicating that some people will not, be approving of the idea because it might hurt them in some way or another. This could be indicating that it may hurt your relationships, may hurt your friendship. But if you really, really want something and you think it's the best thing to do, then by all means go for it, right? Ace of Cups indicates that personally speaking for you, this means a lot. And you really spent and invested your time in trying to be successful at this, or you focused your energy enough so that you know this is the right thing to do. You just want everyone else to be, on your team as you move forward with the shift in energy. But, right there, we're seeing that energy that it just might not be easy. But the Ace of Cups definitely is an inspiring card because it is asking you to go ahead. If there's a new project you want to work on, there's a new idea that you might have, and you just really, really believe that that's the way to do it, then it's the way to do it. You believe it, then you just have to trust in yourself and in the situation, what is happening around you as well. Perhaps you can use the new moon to your advantage. It's going to happen 14 degrees of Taurus on the 4th of May. It adds towards, reminding you of your self-worth, reminding you of your ability, and that if you can focus on what you want and you give it all you can have it as well. So set your intentions on the 4th of May, and then we have the full moon in Taurus. We have the full moon in Scorpio, 18th of May, and during that time, you might be able to reach the birthing of this idea, you can say. Have that brand new start for yourself as well, and ideas may start to take off during that time. However, for others of you, there is a period of waiting involved. Okay, Temperance and the Hanged Man come with a message of divine timing is at play. Okay, divine timing is at play. Temperance is about reminding yourself that time is precious. Use it to your advantage. And at the same time, it is reminding you that perhaps a little bit of compromise might be necessary, but as long as you have your purpose in mind, if you have to make a small compromise somewhere and, just be more flexible, adjust to what is required, just so you can get everyone on the team with you, it might be better for you. Perhaps a new perspective, a fresh perspective will not hurt you in any way. In fact, it will only give you a newfound vision, you can say, right? When we are upright, we see things a certain way. And then when we change things up a little bit, say you're hanging upside down from a tree, you will see the world differently. And the Hanged Man is saying that people might have a different viewpoint to share with you. They may want to add perspective to whatever you might have in your mind and the vision. It's for the betterment. Okay, that's what the cards are saying. So it's nothing to be don't hesitate to listen to someone else's idea, because if anything, there is growth indicated. There are new beginnings indicated. And a little bit of patience on your end can also go a long way. Perhaps just hearing them out is enough, even if, your idea may be strong and you backed it up so well that you know that's the right way to go, but just listening to someone else also gives them a sense of comfort, right? You heard them out, and perhaps that's all they needed, even if their idea wasn't, that it won't be as successful or rewarding, or it might have some mistakes or whatnot. You might know that, but just be the bigger person is what the reading is saying, and hear them out. No harm in that. No harm, no foul, right? At the end of the day, it looks as though May is a big month in terms of arriving at a decision. Overall, we have 1, 2, 3, 4 major arcana cards here for you. So there are big things happening. Big things in the sense that there's a little bit of power play and struggle indicated by the reading, a little bit of patience required on your end, but either you or the greater powers are going to be arriving at a decision. There is perhaps reconciliation also indicated by the reading, just the way the cards are displaying themselves. The Judgment card also indicates how when something needs to happen, it will happen. Either, you are the one to say it, or the universe will just direct you towards that path. Sometimes, even though we don't want to walk on a path, we start going the other way, but the universe brings us right back. And we end up it depends on your personality, but we might just end up laughing at it that, I really didn't want to do this, but I still ended up here. So this is just that card. This is the card that reminds you that there are greater energies at play. There are greater forces at play. And what is supposed to happen will happen. And it's not something that can be, that's not something you can turn your back from. And at the end of the day, it is a positive card. It is indicating completion and complete cleansing from the past even. I mentioned reconciliation, so I feel as though for some of you it's just a difficult conversation that might happen and you've perhaps struggled with it, or the person that you're dealing with might be struggling with it. Some of you might even be dealing with a Capricorn. Others of you might be dealing with a Sagittarius. If you're dealing with a Capricorn, then do know that there is opposition indicated by the energies and that are being picked up by this card right here, okay? And if you're dealing with a Sagittarius, then they're really perhaps trying to ease out the situation. They are able to give you a different perspective, a fresh perspective, and perhaps even advice, you can say. And you might just want to hear them out like I mentioned before. It might be helpful or it might not, but just that sense of togetherness and having someone there for you or supporting you, perhaps that's all you need at this point. And it might help with this Judgment card as well. So, a lot of messages here because there is a lot happening, but overall, the reading is indicating that if you can just fully invest yourself in whatever you're wanting to accomplish and back it up really well, then you can win. Okay? I hope that makes sense. Let's see what we have here under the deck here for you as well, Cancer. 6 of Cups. So again, it's like a blast from the past happening. Something from the past, it could be a person, could be an event, something may have happened in the past. Whatever it may be, the cards are indicating that it's going to show up again in May. This could be, someone made a mistake before on a project and now it's coming up. You filed something, there was a mistake, now it's coming up. There was a conversation that was required a few months ago or, last year, it never happened and now it's happening. That's kind of what we're seeing here on the table for you. And there is a power play because you really thought you knew what you wanted, or you had very set and clear intentions as to what you wanted to accomplish, or you changed your direction for the good because of what had happened, but now it's here again and now you're going to have to deal with it. And it is what it is, right, Cancer? It is what it is. And okay, the Empress is here as well. You notice how I am a little bit hesitant with the energy that I'm picking up here, just because of the cards. The way they're coming across is, there's Team A and Team B. Not everyone is on the same page, and that causes a little bit of back and forth. There's disagreements happening. There's a little bit of disposing of your baggage happening, but it's important. It's important to completely close the chapter. It's important to gain clarity and perspective to be able to move forward, and that's what the month is focusing on. It's focusing on you, it's focusing on other people as well, and at the end of the day, it is giving you clarity. Ace of Swords and the Hierophant. So it does indicate that, the universe, or if you believe in God, whatever your belief system is taking care of the bigger picture. There are bigger things happening right now, and it is for the betterment of you, your lifestyle, as well as those that you are dealing with. So to be able to kind of step outside if you're going through something difficult, to be able to step outside and look at the bigger picture might be a good idea, because it can add to clarity. Your subconscious, it's really just reaching out for answers, but from a place of love, right? Ace of Cups, the Empress, there is that hint of wanting something, wanting answers, wanting clarity from a place of love, though. It's not that you want to be right or wrong. It's not about that. It's just about the betterment. I hope that makes sense, Cancer. Interesting reading. Of course, the Hierophant also indicates you might be dealing with a Taurus. If you are, know that they will have wisdom and knowledge that you may need, want to have advice, support. So they look really good in your reading here as well. The Empress represents very motherly energy also. So for those of you, if you want to have a conversation, if you have someone, a motherly figure in your life, then this might be a good time. Could also be a good friend of yours. And if you just want to talk things out with them to gain clarity, a deeper sense of understanding, that Ace of Swords before the Gemini season kicks in, this is a good time for that. Okay? Let's go ahead and clarify everything that we're seeing here. Kind of tie in the reading together by using these cards, this deck. This is the Enchanted Map Oracle cards. Okay, Dragon's Lair. You have to protect your treasures. Whatever you've built up until now might be at stake. You may have started something brand new for yourself, but now you can say it's under attack, but I don't mean it in a negative way. It's just some people want their answers, or, they're coming back for a reason. There's something that's happening here, and it needs to be dealt with. But at the same time, don't forget to protect what you have built. That's what the Dragon's Lair is representing. And I also feel as though I should read the card out. It might add clarity to your reading, and then we'll go ahead and look at the next deck. So, 19 and Dragon's Lair. So each of these cards in this deck come with a quote. I'd like to go ahead and read that out for you. You are always protected and divinely directed. So takes us right back to the Hierophant, takes us right back to the Judgment card. There is divine timing at play, and there is a bigger, picture that perhaps you might not be able to see initially, but you will be able to by the end of the day. All right? You have a remarkable internal warning system that lets you know when things are out of alignment. You're about to enter dangerous territory, so tread carefully and be aware of your surroundings, Cancer. The path you're on now is one that will challenge you to the core. That said, peril is also exciting and exhilarating, like the danger you feel before you enter a new relationship, knowing that you'll be changed forever. A life lived fully isn't lived only in safety. A new experience is calling to you, one that will test your courage. The choice is yours, and there is greater value in risk-taking than remaining unchallenged. New territories are waiting to be discovered. Yep, I think that sums up the reading well, don't you, Cancer? It just summed up everything that we tried to, talk about and address in the reading for you. So I hope that's good. If you need more clarity, I encourage you to perhaps get a personal reading. Check out my website at impureguidance.com. And I offer several different services, so I'm sure you can find something that will suit you best. If you cannot decide, email me. And I'll be more than happy to, advise you on what will work best or give you the most answers. Okay. Mercy. Let compassion fill your world. Offer kindness to all living things. What you give, you also receive. Karma. It's at play. This is a big month. Let's go ahead and read the affirmations for this card. Mercy. Today I will live in compassion for myself and others. I will show kindness in word, thought, and deed. Right now I will count my blessings. I will love myself, forgive myself, embrace my humanity, and in doing so I will be able to do the same for others. For what I give, I will receive, and I will begin with me. Make this about you. Use the new moon to write down your goals, whatever you want to accomplish before perhaps the storm hits, right? Before people start asking questions or something from the past comes back. All right? And by the time the full moon happens in Scorpio, then there will be greater clarity as being predicted by the cards as well. By the end of Taurus season, there is greater clarity being given to you as well. You might already be reaching out for it. You might feel as though you're reaching out for it. And this is just reminding you that it is coming. At the same time, pay attention to the 22nd of May as well, because Mars is in your sign, sextiling with Uranus in Taurus, and that's a very positive time. Positive time to be making decisions, positive time to move forward. Also indicates that you might just get some good news as well, and things start looking a little bit better and a little bit brighter. So, having said that, this does bring us to an end to your reading, Cancer. I really do hope it has helped for those of you who need further clarification. Like I mentioned, perhaps a personal reading is the best approach for that. Again, this is a general reading. It can be applied to all sun, moon, and rising. So take it with a grain of salt, and I do wish you all the very best. And take care. I appreciate you tuning into the reading. Thank you. Thank you for liking, sharing, and subscribing. And I will see you in the next video.
Beauty, passion, ambition, love. I am pure guidance.